guys, so this is another back to school series, and I'm just going to be doing some tips, and the tips are like random stuff, I don't know, just random stuff, and I really hope this helps. So let's get into it. So the first part of my tip little video is studying. So the first tip I have is to find an area that you dedicate to just studying. Like if it's getting a desk in your room, then get a desk. If you have a den in your house, you can use it as your studying area. And it's really good to have a studying area because it has a lot of benefits, such as you have all your equipment there, such as your pencil, your books, your everything. So when you're studying, say you're studying English and you run out of paper and you're like, oh snap, and then you have to get up and walk in your living room, and then while you're all walking, you're probably see your favorite show, Pretty Little Liars, which is mine. I just stuttered right there. Yeah, Pretty Little Liars, that's my favorite show. So it's if I see it on, I'm just gonna be oh my gosh, and then I'm gonna sit down and be no, we're just gonna watch for 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes actually turns into an hour. So I get easily distracted, so it's great to just have all your equipment there so that you could just dedicate 100% to your studying and not get distracted. And also, it's very good to just have a environment that you're used to study, because if I have to study at the library, I feel so uncomfortable because it's too quiet, or I don't like how the chair feels or something. I rather study in my room because that's where I usually study, and my room is not that quiet because my fan makes this kind of sound and it's soothing to me. So that's another reason why it's good to just have an area. Number 2 is you need a quiet place. It's not healthy when you're studying and you have your TV on high and then you have your radio and all of that. That's just not good. You're going to get so confused, distracted, and you're not going to be studying 100%. You're not going to be that focused. You're probably going to be 50% focused. So it's good to just go in your room, leave your laptop, your computer, leave your laptop and computer and your phone and your TV and all those distractions out there, and just come in and just sit down and study and just get it over it, because the sooner you study, the sooner you can go out and watch Pretty Little Liars or whatever you want to do. Yeah, so that really helps. And I know a lot of people, they like to, how would you say, they like listening to music while they study. I actually recommend doing instrumental because that's much better than hearing the lyrics. You just hear the beat of it, and it's less distraction. And also I heard that jazz and stuff like that actually stimulates your brain. So I don't know. Number 3 I think is to make a schedule. Scheduling really helps, because when you come home, you can just look at your schedule and be okay, today's maths. I had to study 45 minutes with maths. And then you do that. And then tomorrow you come home and you be okay, today's English. I'm going to study 30 minutes on English. And then I could take a break, and then I can come back and study. I actually like schedules. They actually helped me with my previous year. So I like that. I lost my numbers. Anyways, another tip is to not study at the last minute, because cramming doesn't help. Here's an example. I used to be the worst student in my Spanish class. This was the year before last year, and I was so bad. I used to get 59%, and that's because I used to study the night before and 5 minutes before the test, and that was so bad. But this last school year, I was you know what, Spanish is not going to bring my record down. So I started studying more and more, and I didn't cram. If I had a Spanish test coming up in 2 weeks, I would study for 15 minutes every day until then. And surprisingly, I turned out to be one of the top 3 students in Spanish. It was crazy. So yeah, that helps. And yeah, so no cramming. Thumbs down. Another tip is, my hair is just annoying me today. I don't know. Okay. Another tip is, Okay, another tip is I lost it. Okay, another tip is don't study like 4 subjects in one study session. Say you give yourself your study session limit is 45 minutes. You don't want to be studying maths, English, science, literature, and all of those subjects in 40 or 45 minutes. I mean, that's not going to work. You're going to get tired. You're going to get like less motivated to do the work. You can be like, oh, English, okay, 5 minutes. Oh no, I have to do my Spanish, you know? And you're more than likely not going to be that focused. You're going to be like so confused. You're going to be like, what? And you can like mix up subjects. So, like if you have 3 tests coming up, here's where scheduling comes in handy again. You can make a schedule saying like Monday, you'll study maths. Tuesday, Wednesday, you do Spanish. Thursday, you do maths again. And Friday, you can do the light subjects such as life skills. There you go. So that helps. And another tip is to make notes from class. I do this all the time. Whenever a teacher says something that I feel is important, I jot it down quickly in my book so that when I'm studying, I could just look over these notes, and it makes studying so much easier than me having to read the entire textbook. It just makes it so much easier. And also like highlighting, like if you have a textbook, like highlighting key points and stuff like that. So when you're going back to study, it makes it like easier to find it instead of having to read the entire thing just to find like one key point. Another thing is making flashcards, because flashcards are so helpful. You can also like jot down like important keywords or key points and just have them on little flashcards, and like on your way to school in the morning, you could just be reading your flashcards, or if your teacher comes late, you could be reading your flashcards, or 10 minutes before bed, you could just review your flashcards. So I like that. Another tip is, if you don't understand, definitely go to a teacher. Teachers love when you ask them. They just feel so good because it shows that you care about their subject, to take the time out to be asking them to help you understand better, yeah. And also, like if you ask the teacher, maybe she or he can like give you some tips on that particular subject or point that you don't really understand, and that might help. Another one is my fave, group studying. I like to study with my friends. This really helps to hear their points, and we can just like debate points, and they can tell me what's wrong in my essay, how I can make this better, and it's just so much fun. But try not to get it too gossipy and you know, you just want to keep it strictly studying, you know. Another one is like, if you're like so easily distracted by something, give it to your parents. My phone is my weakness. So this school year, I'm going to give my parents my phone to keep for about, like, when I'm in school and stuff. And, like, on Christmas holiday and Easter break and all that, I'll get out my phone. So, yeah. And the last point that I have is don't stress. I mean, failing your test is really hard, but you can just ask to have, like, do-overs. I don't know. Like, what do you call them? Resit your test. Or you can talk to your teacher and see how, if you could do an extra project, if this can bring your grade up. Or, you know, just don't stress, because that's, like, not good to go in there, the test all stressed and nervous, because that'll just make you get so confused, and you'll probably, like, forget everything and have brain freeze. Yeah, so what I like to do is I like to just take deep breaths and just lightly discuss stuff with my friends. And then before the test, I like to pray, and that really makes me feel good, because, I mean, if I put in all those like hours and stuff, I am pretty sure that God will, you know, help me to remember stuff, you know. But you also have to remember that you really need to put in the effort to like get the good grades. So yeah, that is my studying tip, and let's see what other tip I have in this video. Bye! My final tips for this video is how to make your shoes smell good. A lot of people, like, in my school, their shoes just smell so disgusting, and that's not very cute for girls especially. So I'm just going to give you a few tips on how you can make them smell really good. So the first one is to get 7 unused tea bags, and just put them in your shoes and keep them in for, like, a couple of days, you know, probably, like, 2-3 days, you know. Give them a little crisp scent. Yeah. Next tip is using essential oils such as tea, tree, rose, or peppermint. Just add a few drops in the bottom of your shoe. Well, the inner sole of your shoe. I don't know, that part where you stick your feet in. There. Then, another tip is to use talcum powder. Talcum. Sprinkle just a little bit of that, like overnight in your shoe. You're good to go. I think talcum powder is like baby powder. I don't know. Another one is to get fabric softener sheets and just like put those in overnight. And I love using this one because it smells so good, especially if your parents like have a scented one. We have I think it's Joy or something like that, and it smells really, really good. Every time we put it in the dryer, I'm like always smelling the little sheet thingy, so I like using that. And the last one is to get 2 clean socks and put cat litter. Yes, cat litter. And make sure this is not used cat litter because that's not too cute. And put it in a sock and just put the sock filled with cat litter in the sole of your shoe and just like leave that in overnight. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so I will be doing like one more video after this one about some tips for school. Bye guys. A tutorial on these nails will be coming out shortly. I did them all by myself and I'm so proud. I hope you guys liked, and the tutorial will be up around tomorrow, I guess. Bye.